more golf news that came out that you and I were talking about. Tiger Woods was asked about the golf ball. And Jack Nicklaus talked about the golf ball years and years ago, saying they should roll back the ball. I love Tiger's comments on that. He didn't necessarily agree with that. He said the simple answer to fix the length that people are hitting it just makes the ball spin more.
Right.
Makes perfect sense, especially with the pros. You know, if you make that ball have a lot more spin, it's going to be that much harder to control. And it's going to bring a lot of these older courses and even places like Augusta back into relevance because guys just aren't going to be able to hit it as far as they used to and are right now. So I'm a big supporter of Tiger's solution. I think they should do that. I mean, back in the day when they had Balata balls, the ones where they had the little rubber bands rolled up in it, those things were harder to control. And they just spun more. So this would be, I hope the tour finally does something about it because I'd like to see some of those older courses come back in.
Yeah, and I've totally always known what Balata balls were. In our show prep, you definitely didn't have to explain to me what they were.
Sorry, I just always assume you don't know what some of these things are, so I explained.
I 100% didn't. I definitely had to ask him what they were. I had no idea what he was talking about. That's why this makes a great partnership on the show.
Yes.
It is interesting, and it's the same problem we have with tennis, and I know you and I have said several times we're going to hold off our tennis comments because you and I have a lot of opinions when it comes to the technology in tennis, but at some point, and I think golf's getting there, you have to start rolling back some of this technology to make it harder and more challenging on the golfers.
Only for the professional ranks.
Only for the professionals. And if you want to be an amateur that goes out and hits with professional balls and more on you, I'm not going to do it, but more on you.
Oh, yeah, let's be behind those guys and have a 6-hour round. I mean, if you're an amateur, you shouldn't be using the balls that the pros use as far as I'm concerned anyways, especially if they roll it back. Because it'll be ridiculous to see some people try to play with that.
The issue is it's going to change some of these new courses. The good news is it's going to make some of these older courses more relevant again. Because with the higher spin of the ball's not going to go as far. The wind's going to catch it more. But these new courses were just built to be 500 plus yards par 4 for the pros. They're going to have to change their courses a little bit.
So you're not going to have that way far back tee box, and you're just going to use the more forward tees. I think it would be good for golf as a whole. It would, we've talked about it. The great thing about tennis used to be the fact that every once in a while I could hit a shot that you see on TV, and it was a strategy game, not just a power game. What's golf becoming? Just a power game.
Just another power game. The difference is you still have to putt.
Yes, you do.
I mean, the greens are getting absolutely insane. You do still have to putt the ball, but it's getting to be that time where golf needs to do something where you don't have guys hitting the ball 500 yards because all of a sudden you don't have to putt.
Right.
You can now 3-putt for a birdie if you can hit the ball 550 yards.
And Jack, as I said, Jack Nicklaus was calling for it decades ago because he was the longest driver on tour before Tiger came along. And could he hit the ball 300 yards with a persimmon wood and a Balata ball? Yeah, he could. But he was that good.
Two terms again. I totally knew what they were before this show.
Hey, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that last clip. To see more clips and full episodes of Sports Talk with Dad, click right over here. And as you can tell, I have a lot of bobbleheads. I want to buy more. Help me out by hitting subscribe right up here.